Good morning, everybody. This is PillarTrading.com doing a market update for Wednesday, April 14th. We are looking at the news. This is my kind of news day here. 8:30 a.m. kicks it all off big time. We've got core CPI coming out 8:30 a.m. Also, core retail sales. We've got retail sales as well as CPI. 9:30 a.m. right at the bell, Penalto speaking. 10 a.m. Bernanke testifying. This is where things could get a little bit weird after that 30-minute sit on hands. Then 10 a.m. as well, we've got business inventories. 10:30 a.m. we have crude oil inventories. And then 2 p.m. we have beige book. So action-packed an hour before the bell at that 8:30 a.m. number, going to affect gap fill trades. And then 9:30, you've got Penalto speaking. 10 a.m. with that Bernanke testifying, things could get very, very volatile. So just be aware that those are the time frames out there. Let's start off with the ES. We're going to look at a daily chart. Now, you'll recall yesterday in the room and in the video, we said look out for those 85s. Get in if you can. Well, that was the low of the day yesterday. 85 was the low. And it bounced up from there in a series of measured moves, which you're going to look at. But this has got a target up here at 1205.50s. That breaks out that 1200 from July anchors to January, December highs here. So just remember that 1205.50 is out there. That is the daily trade that we are in. The daily long has not failed this entire way up. We take a look at a 15-minute chart. We can see it there as well. We called it from the 1171s to the 1198.50s. That is what you call a perfect measured move. It hit to the tick. That is the pillar point. Now, what happens from there, okay, is we can see that the next measured move, we haven't had a substantial 15-minute pullback. The next 15-minute pullback here is going to be wherever this market decides to turn around here, because we had a halfway back short from those 1198.50s to lows here at 1185s. That was going to be where the bears could hold this thing down. They didn't do it. It broke right through. We take a look at a smaller time frame. This is the 512 tick chart. This is yesterday's price action. It comes down, hits that 1185, and then pretty much the most technical day on the ES we've had in the last few weeks. It was a series of measured moves to the upside, where if you traded this, you had 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, 4 trade, and then this low tick served as an anchor point. 5 trade, 6. 6 trades in a row have hit their negative 23% target. Yesterday was a big day. Okay, in your long-term accounts, you've still got this 1185 sitting in the bank, and intraday we had 6 measured moves work out. So fantastic day to be trading the ES yesterday, guys. Important levels. We've got a gap fill today at 1193.75. That's an important number because it also lines up with the anchor. The anchor all afternoon we had that anchor down at 1189.50s. That is the next 50% move off of that anchor is right at the gap fill. Okay. Now what we are anticipating in the overnight session is if we look at that anchor again, we can draw from there to highs before the close up here at 1195.75s, traded down to its 50%. It bounced, hit its negative 23% target up here at 1197.25s, and then sold off in the after-hour session. All we do, draw the next measured move to the upside. That gives us an entry at 1195 evens. That has bounced. This has got a target at negative 23% target at 1198.50s, which is also previous highs up here. You can remember. So there's going to be people selling into this as a double top. There's also going to be people selling into this as a negative 23% target. What I anticipate happening is this will hit its negative 23% target. We'll draw the next measured move from that 50% to where it hits its target, and then once this level fails, that's going to be your cue to draw the next measured move in the opposite direction for a gap fill trade. So that's out there. That's the gap fill play today. 93.75s. It will fill. CL, same thing. We had on the daily, we were anticipating the the daily long trading and bouncing. It did trade. It went in a lot more than the ES did. But again, you don't trade CL until it breaks out of that series of measured moves. And the series was down yesterday. You can remember in yesterday's video before the bell and the day before, we were in a series of measured moves to the downside. Okay? And this series kept working to the downside, kept working to the downside, and we had 4 in a row, a series of measured moves. And finally, after this measured move, we had a breakout, and have since this measured move broke out, and we have since not had a pullback. Okay? We have not had a full pullback on the 15-minute chart. What we did have was an extension, drawing from highs to lows. That traded, and that has got a target up here at 84.82s, but that was not a full retracement. So we are anticipating a full retracement on CL before it climbs higher. But again, this daily target, as if we go back to the daily chart of CL, this has got a target up at 89.05. So essentially a $6 move on oil. So really, really big. Those are the plays for today, guys. Watch out for that crude oil inventory if you are trading CL. ES, the gap will fill. Make sure you are heads up at that 8:30 a.m. time frame. And hopefully everyone has a good trading day. I will see you all on the trading floor.